Hello, Mama Bears. Welcome to our final day of our first week of just fun tips and tricks for you to do with your kids while everybody's kind of crammed together in one house and not able to touch anyone else in the immediate vicinity. So we recognize that this can make it a problem for how do they still have relationships with other kids, because while we want to physically distance, we don't want to emotionally distance. And that's actually one of the things that I've heard some of the experts talking about, this idea of social distancing. They should really be naming it physical distancing, because social distancing, people are actually starting to become emotionally distant from each other, and that's not a good thing. And that's not what we want to do at all, what we want to foster. So today for Fun and Fellowship Friday, we're going to talk about an idea that I think Elizabeth originally had it, and then we're all going to put our own spin on it, of things that your kids can do to maintain the relationships either with each other in the neighborhood or just with people who are walking through your neighborhood, and using chalk. So chalk is one of those things we're going to say, just keep the chalk to your family. Maybe recommend, if you have a community Facebook page, maybe recommend other people get chalk too. And so I like the idea of using the chalk to tell a progressive story. So while we can't have all the kids like sitting here drawing together, what if you either had like a story or parts of a verse or something, so that when people are taking a walk through your neighborhood, you know, they figure out where they pass first, and it's going to be the beginning of the story with a picture, and then they come to the next house that's got the next part of the story in a picture, and then it kind of goes along there. Or, you know, maybe have this person has this part of the verse and the next person has the next part of a verse. So they're literally drawing pictures or writing messages together, but they're physically separate, but they're having to coordinate together. And so that's a way of kind of fostering that sense of community. And so, Elizabeth, what was your take on what you think would be a good idea?
Well, also with the Sidewalk chalk, just thinking to make each week a different theme. If you wanted to do, you know, like a beach theme this Friday, you know, and text your neighbors or through a Facebook group, you know, just that in your driveway, your family is going to be drawing, you know, like a picture of a beach or a desert or some different theme. And then your neighbors in their time, they can do that in their driveways or on their sidewalks. So then when people are going through walks through the neighborhood, you know, like they see the different themed drawings, and it'll probably rain at some point and then wash it away. And then if you want to do another theme, you know, have another theme that you can do, just so that there's something fun that you're doing in community while you're still physically separated.
Oh, I like that.
Together.
That's so fun. It's like a walking art gallery. I love it.
Yep.
So, and in case you don't have a community that's really connected on Facebook, another fun thing that you can do with your kids is kind of have them be secret agents, encouragers, to where they each get their chalk and everything. And as you're walking throughout the neighborhood, maybe it's not even your normal street that you're walking on, they can write just an encouraging little message on the chalk, maybe in front of their mailbox, or something like, "You're awesome," or "God loves you today." Or, you know, if you know where the person is, "Oh, way to go, dog walker lady," you know. "Thanks for always scooping the poo," you know, just something fun and encouraging to, you know, someone to where when they walk out, they're just like, "Oh my gosh, look at this." You know, it's just those little moments that really just bring a smile to people. And it helps make the quarantine thing not so bad.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Yeah, just the little pieces of encouragement that even if you don't know them very well. One of the things that actually we'll leave that for another Fun Fellowship Friday. But so those are some of the ideas. Just get some chalk, do something with your community. It can be a progressive story. It can be, different parts of the same verse. It could be themes like Elizabeth said, or just leaving encouragements. I think that kids are kind of that barometer of, if you see kids having a good time when you know that times are bad, somehow it just makes it not quite as bad. I'm just trying to think of, you know, times during the Depression where you see these bunch of kids that were so happy because they're out playing with some ratty old ball, but they're having a great time doing it. That there's something just really serene about children still being able to enjoy themselves despite whatever the circumstances are going on. And that can actually be a blessing to others who might be tempted to feel hopeless, that you can bring a little piece of hope into maybe someone who's older and their children and grandchildren are far away, but they can see your children still being able to participate in this world and being able to participate in community.
Yeah, it'll probably be a huge encouragement because especially for older people, you know, like this is what it was like when they were younger, you know, kids playing in the neighborhood, you know, staying close to home and being outside. You know, we're inside on our screen. So this could be even just a great encouragement, you know, to the widow across the street who looks out her window and sees, you know, the kids drawing in the driveway.
Yeah.
Yep. I love it. So
And everything that you're doing, I'm sorry to interrupt, but everything that you're doing, what we would love is either on the Mama Bear page or on YouTube or on Twitter, like hashtag Movie Monday. You know, if you're watching the movie with the kiddos, or hashtag Fellowship Friday, and tag us on there to where it would be so great to see this take off. And we would love to see what you're doing with your family. Like even if you burn the bread, you know, take a picture of it because we've all been there. Or it didn't rise, you know, it doesn't matter. You don't have to post the successes, you know, even if it's just a little wonky, you know, put it on there. We'd love to see it. It's just a fun way to get out there.
The failures are just as much fun for anyone who's watched the show. Nailed it.
Failures are what good stories are made of.
Exactly. So anyway, join us again next week we'll give you 5 more tips and tricks that we go through. Movie Monday, Training Tuesday for practical life skills, Worldview Wednesday for books, Theology Thursday for just all things related to God and discipleship, and then Fun and Fellowship Fridays. And then, make it a hashtag so that all the other Mama Bears can see what everybody else is doing with their day. So have a great week, Mama Bears. We'll see you next week.
See ya.